So welcome to this 21-day challenge in releasing the limiting beliefs. And today we're working on clearing the limiting beliefs that have been coming up over the last few days. I've also got a list of other common ones that we'll be clearing today, just in case a lot of them are subconscious. When we're going through the clearing list, note how your body feels. If there is some sort of a reaction to what is being released, or that means that there could be something rooted in there. There might be a little tether or a link or somewhere in our system, whether it's conscious or subconscious, might show up. If you don't feel anything, that's great. You probably don't hold it anywhere in your body. And hopefully there's quite a few that are. But we have so many limiting beliefs rooted into our language that it becomes important to note, okay, start becoming, one of the ways of releasing a limiting belief is to start becoming observant of the words that we use, the language that we use, and to see if the language within itself is limiting. And you'll start noticing when you put kind of like timelines on things. So for example, I can't do that for another 2 years. And ask the question, why 2 years? How can I make that shorter? If you're wanting it to be shorter, of course, right? Start looking at what are the ceilings. Words like I can't, I'll try. Try is an interesting one because it's kind of like it comes in there. You either do or you don't. So release the word try from your vocabulary. You either pick up the pencil or you don't. You don't try and pick up the pencil. You don't, so it's start looking at the words that we will use. So it's very rarely is a limiting belief based on truth. And we'll work through an exercise tomorrow of how to kind of like really move through that. But today is really about releasing these limiting beliefs. So have a look at your diaries or your journals to see what the list is. I will go through a big list of releasing the limitations, but then I'll give a space to release our own personal ones that have been coming up over the last few days. So when we start to clear, it starts to bring in that inner peace and clarity, emotional freedom that we spoke about. And a lot of the times when we release them, remember, our programming started quite young. And once we release them, we start to release these tethers, but not only the vibrational frequency of that limiting beliefs lives somewhere within us, but it's inherited. So once we start releasing these, again, it will start to help the lineage and it'll start to help on a collective as well. And then again, increase in confidence is a great way. And once we release these limitations, we get a big sense of freedom to be able to go ahead and do what it is that we want to do and not allow this subconscious programming, because a lot of the times we end up sabotaging ourselves without even knowing it. And releasing these also helps with the spiritual growth and expansion as well. Yes, we are here to have a human experience, and a lot of that human experience at the moment on this planet is based on moving through a lot of the limitations that we've inherited, that we've chosen to inherit as well. So let's get ready to meditate. I'm going to be, again, being an Akashic Record frequent visitor and a big fan, gives us another layer of which to release. A lot of the times we hold these belief systems, they start mentally, work through emotionally, into our etheric body, and then lastly, we hold them in our physical being. By the time it gets to our physiology, it's really been rooted quite a lot through all the layers within us. So absolutely, we're going to release those frequencies now. But tomorrow we'll talk about how do we actually physiologically start to change them. So one of the things is stepping into observation of the words that are coming in, because that determines whether, what are the exact words that are being used, and what is the thought process that is there. So it's really, we're going into looking at the coding of our makeup, if we were to put computer kind of analogies to it. Sorry, I worked in IT for a while as well. So we're going to start looking at our programming more than anything else. Okay, shall we begin? Let's close our eyes. Let's take a couple of deep breaths. Breathing in through our nose and out through our mouths. And when you exhale, release the tension, the stress of the day. Let's imagine that when we breathe in light, our original light starts to activate. As we exhale, we release the tension, the stress, the limitations that we've collected throughout the day. Start to bring in relaxation into the body, dropping the shoulders, releasing the facial muscles. Breathing into our jaw, we tend to carry a lot of tension in our jaw. Just breathe in light into every single cell within our body, igniting our core light within. Expand this light, amplify it, brighten this light. Expand it into our auric field, allowing the light to remove any static distortion and interference, clearing any emotions that are not ours, clearing any thought forms that are not ours throughout all our systems. Continuing to relax the body. As we connect into the crystalline grid at the center of the earth, pulling forward this grid, allowing it to connect to the soles of our feet. Opening up the chakras on the soles of our feet and allowing the exchange of energy between us and Mother Earth, bringing in balance, releasing the charge that we carry. Release to the grid all that no longer serves, as we allow this grid to move up through our body and anchor into our heart space, clearing all chakras below it on all layers, all levels, and all dimensions. Syncing your heartbeat with that of Mother Earth's. Feeling completely calm, grounded. From the central sun, let's call forward the golden light of Christ consciousness. Allow it to move through the atmosphere, connecting into the crown, opening up the crown, releasing any blocks to connecting to our higher selves, our I am presence, our guides, our angels, our own Akashic Records. As it moves its way down, anchors into the heart space, clearing all chakras above it on all layers, all levels, and all dimensions. Bringing into alignment all aspects of our being, aligning with our higher selves and our I am presence. Let's continue to use our breath to help release all that we carry. Throughout this clearing today, as we exhale, we purge, we release, we let go. Let's drop into our heart space. And from a place of unconditional love, compassion, without expectation, without judgment, from a place of curiosity and observation, we step into our Akashic Records by stating the following mantra. Keepers of the Akashic Records, please open and allow me access to my record. My name is, and create a safe and sacred space for my highest good and healing. The records are now open, the records are now open, the records are now open. Stepping over the threshold into our records, into our hall of records. I'm being guided to call forward our ancestors, our teachers, all people that have introduced, induced, projected the limitations that we are ready to release. I invite them into the records as an opportunity to release within our lineage or within theirs, letting go of the limitations that hold us back. And I ask that whatever we cleared today, that it is cleared on a physical, on an etheric, on a mental and emotional level, that it is cleared from our Akashic records and our blueprints, That as we clear, we release the cords, the tethers, the attachments, the links, the ties to these limitations as we move through it. And I ask to close the contracts, the deals, the agreements, the vows, the oaths, the pledges, the alliances that we've created based on these limitations that no longer serve. And I ask that whatever we release, that it is replaced with love, that it is replaced with healing, so that we can consciously replace these limitations tomorrow or today with what we would prefer to experience. As we move through the limitations, I ask to release the hooks, the drains, dissolving, healing, completing. And I call on the violet flame of Saint Germain to move through our records, our physical, right down to the cellular level, releasing it from our DNA, our RNA, switching it off on a genetic level, if need be, from within ourselves, if it's in alignment, if it no longer serves. I ask that the violet flame of Saint Germain move through our records, our physical, our etheric, our mental and emotional beings, clearing, dissolving, transmuting the limitation of I am not worthy of love. Release, remove, dissolve. Clearing, showing vulnerability means that I am weak. People always end up leaving, so why should I bother? Conflict is a sign that the relationship is doomed. If someone loved me, they would never hurt me. To be loved, I must always please others. True love should be effortless and constant. I am too broken to be in a healthy relationship. Commitment will inevitably lead to heartache. If I reveal my true self, I will be rejected. I'm too old. I'm too young. Release, remove, dissolve. Calling the violet flame to continue to move through all aspects of us. I am too poor. I lack money and resources. I am too fat or too skinny, too tall or too short. I am not smart enough. I am not popular enough. I am not connected enough. Others are in my way. Release, remove, dissolve. Clear, I can't start. I'm not ready. Clearing the frequencies of rich people hold all the good cards. I don't deserve to make a great living. Clearing every word, clearing every phrase that we have spoken that limits us from our physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies, continuing to ask the violet flame to move through, clearing. I don't deserve to make a great living. I am a mess. I am hopeless, and I will never change. I don't have enough time. I'm too far gone to start taking care of my body now. Clearing, there's an earning ceiling that I will never go above. I don't have enough energy. Clearing, I expect others to hurt me. Clearing, financial security is a pipeline dream. One day I'll change, but it's just not the cards for me right now. Clearing, cleansing, dissolving. I don't have the right qualifications for my dream job. Clearing, switching industries is too risky and too late. Clearing, cleansing, dissolving. Success in my field is a long shot. I'll never find a job that I love and pays well. Clearing, if I fail, everyone will see me as a fraud. Dissolving, transmuting. Other people are naturally better at this than I am. Clearing, dissolving, transmuting from all aspects of our being, our chakra systems, our meridians. My ideas aren't good enough to contribute meaningfully. Asking for a raise would make me seem greedy. Moving up the corporate ladder is only for cutthroat individuals. Clearing, I must choose between a successful career and a fulfilling personal life. Getting my hopes up always leads to disappointment. My health is holding me back. Clearing, transmuting, dissolving. I will never be happy. My plate is too full already. Change is too hard. My family will abandon me if I change. People won't like the real me. Clearing, dissolving, transmuting every word that we've ever spoken or ever received from all that we've cleared so far. Continuing to clear, dissolve, transmute from all aspects of us. My abilities are too limited to succeed. I am not smart or capable as others seem to be. My past mistakes define my future. No one values my opinion or ideas. I don't deserve success, happiness, joy, love. I'll never be good enough no matter how hard I try. Confidence is something you're born with, and I just don't have it. People like me don't get opportunities. Clearing, cleansing, dissolving, all programming. I am not strong enough to handle life's challenges. Everyone else has their life together but me. Not trying is better than failure. Nice, faithful people are impossible to find. I will never be successful. I release, remove, dissolve, and transmute with the violet flame of Saint Germain. Eating healthy isn't important. Letting others get close just leads to pain. Life is hard. That is just the way it is. I just have bad luck. Clearing, cleansing, dissolving, transmuting. This is happening to me because of my past lifetimes. This is old karma. Clearing, I must achieve perfection to be praised. It's not okay to show emotions or cry. Adults are always right. My thoughts didn't matter. Clearing, cleansing, dissolving, transmuting. I was always compared to others, so I guess I'm not special. Because I was frequently criticized, I'm probably not that competent. Clearing, cleansing, dissolving. Having been bullied, I believe I am an easy target. Clearing, dissolving, transmuting. Since I grew up poor, prosperity must be beyond reach. Conflicts in my childhood home taught me it is safer to avoid confrontation. I was told to be seen and not heard. My voice wasn't important. I cleanse, clear, dissolve, transmute. I learned that my dreams are unrealistic and not worth pursuing. I don't deserve nice things. There's no point in dreaming big. Others' approval is crucial to my feeling worthy. If I get too happy or too prosperous, I'll jinx myself. Others' needs are more important than my own. I cleanse, clear, delete, dissolve, and transmute. I'll always be broke. When someone else changes, I'll be happy. Others are in charge of my happiness. Others make me happy. I don't deserve to have more than what I have. Others are naturally talented where I have struggles. If I try something new, I probably will fail. My dreams are too big and unrealistic. To change is to admit that I've been living wrong. It's too late for me to learn new things. Personal growth is a luxury I can't afford. I don't have the proper education. Being honest leads to rejection. Clearing, cleansing, dissolving, transmuting. If I relax, all hell will break loose. Risking being criticized or judged is not just worth the pain it causes. Clearing, dissolving, transmuting, releasing. I am not important. Clearing, I am not good with money. I can't trust myself. I am inheritably unlikable and unlovable. I am not self-disciplined. There is no point in asking for what I want. No one will support or encourage me. Clearing, dissolving, transmuting with the violet flame, I am powerless. My problems aren't so bad, even if there's creative evidence to show that they are. I can't change it. I am not strong enough. Being vulnerable is far too dangerous. I wasn't born into the right kind of family. I don't have enough experience, and I don't deserve to be happy. Clearing, cleansing, dissolving, transmuting, all that is not in alignment. Why try? I'm going to ask you to think about the limitations that have come up for you personally over the last few days, and ask for the violet flame to move through the records, clearing, cleansing, dissolving, transmuting, all that no longer serves. Allow your ancestors to release any other limitations that we might be carrying subconsciously. Allowing the violet flame to move through all aspects of us. And I ask that what was cleared to be cleared on all layers, all levels, and all dimensions, all timelines, all dimensions, and all realities. Visualize your energy fields, your physical body, your genes, your DNA shifting as we continue to release the limitations. Allow for any healing to take place. And replace with love. Love is the basis and the foundation. Filling the gaps so that we can build on tomorrow. And let's thank our ancestors and all those that join the session today to amplify the releasing of the conformity, the restrictions that we've placed on ourselves. And we thank them for the lessons. We thank them for the opportunity of growth. But we close that chapter. We no longer need to carry this. And let's also give thanks to the keepers of the records our guides, our angels, for the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we have received today. The records are now closed. The records are now closed. The records are now closed. Take a deep breath, knowing that when we come back, we would have shifted physically, mentally, emotionally, and etherically. When you're ready, open your eyes, and if you want to journal, now is a good time to write down any notes of any sensations or any information you receive.